Shalom, shalom. Give all praise. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yoshua for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles so we become edified regarding this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge, knowing this truth and knowledge. Call Hallelujah Yahweh Shem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. It's a Dabu 7 video talking about DC Homeland Security and Emergency Management is now asking residents to do as they face a problem with keeping their grocery stores shelves stocked. Self-imposed rationing is the solution. You have to love the notion that there is no need to buy more than you normally would. There's just a nationwide supply shortage chain, right? It surely won't make it so that you won't be able to buy what you need. And is there not a taint of the government will take care of you here as well? Those asking questions. Or these the same people who are deliberately causing, certain matters. We'll do the video.
This is Domino 7, and it truly has begun, especially in DC, in terms of rationing, asking people to ration. With store shelves thinning out in many of the rural areas, we're witnessing truck drivers come together en masse up near the border of Canada and the United States, witnessing this big movement take shape. They're saying we should expect to see a shortage of goods because, yes, they're making a stand up there. They're shutting things down, but this is going to cause more of a backup so that people understand the reality of the situation. They say goodbye to your maple syrup and other things like that in the short term, unless get somewhere smooth. We're hoping this stuff starts to get back to normal. Many people are hoping that we have powers to be organization, boats out on the west coast, out past the horizon, and now we're putting back up east coast ports. This is all part of the plan. DC themselves putting out this image, this warning for people. May have noticed that the shelves of some stores is a national supply chain issue. DC and admitted this. You don't say that there's no need to buy more. They have admitted the supply chain issue. So it's not a question if it's happening. It's a conspiracy theory or any of that other crap. They've admitted it. So I suggest others pull their head out of the sand and start to adjust to this. I don't care if your grocery store is slam packed. You're going to find out the hard way. That people will start coming hours away to get food from your stores. Then it starts to dwindle there. You can either be proactive or be simple in terms of changing the market. That's all I'm saying. In this instance, the government is admitting this is what's happening now. I hope we have a plan for days ahead. I'll leave links. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, on Getter. For live updates, you'll find links below. Hit that subscribe button for more. This has been Domino 7. Don't forget.
That was a Dabu 7 video report. Let's look up that word self-imposed. Self-imposed, of a task or circumstance imposed on oneself, not by external force. He went into a self-imposed exile. So it's something that's pretty much you yourself have to control, once you recognize it. So that's not self-imposed. What does it mean to be self-imposed? Required by you in yourself, not given to you by anyone else. So you. Let's give examples of self-imposed. Definition of self-imposed is something that you require or expect of yourself. So you have high expectations. You want to do certain things in a certain way, certain manner, and you require to be at a certain level to try to do it or try to achieve it, man. But rather than something required by another. As example of self-imposed, and when you require of yourself that you get all A's in school, and that's an example of that. So something that's voluntary, assumed of self-imposed. Opposite would be something that's beyond your control, man. It's coerced, forced, involuntary. That would be the opposite. So a matter of speaking, with the self-imposed relating to ration of food, having the prudence, the common sense, to not just think of yourself, but being selfless, man. Common sense, just buy what you need, because other people need the same things that you're buying. You know what I mean? So you just have that common sense, that decency, and just it's not rocket science. Just regular prudence and common sense and common wisdom, man. Because we are in a national supply shortage, man, and things are affected in some areas more than others, and vice versa. I was looking under war rations relating to World War II books. War ration books, they used that to buy stuff during, like in the World War II. Many individuals never used these last books. In addition, it was considered patriotic not to use all one of the rationing stamps. Pretty much like food stamps. The books. These were books used in, for to buy stuff. They between $4, $8. We'll read the rest. This Fred was even more goods for use by the armed forces. Complete ration books sell for between $4, $8. Partial books between $2 to $4. What's the value of those ration books at that time? These are the books that were used. Let's talk about really what they're worth, I guess, the value, but Alright, the war ration books were produced by the United States Office of Price Administration in 1942, when the United States officially entered the Second World War. Shortages of essential war materials such as rubber, gasoline, sugar, were initially anticipated. But soon rationing grew to include food as well as fuel and sugar. So fuel and sugar, rubber, gasoline, because during the wartime, things were getting scarce. And it might come to that time again, man. In the not so distant future, man. Let's get a few scriptures. The 2nd Ezra 6:20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. And this world is beginning to vanish away incrementally, little by little, man. Then will I shew these tokens, which are signs. The book shall be open. And the books are open, man. And these signs are manifested, man. And you're seeing that. Parts of those signs that from the books that are manifesting are the things you're seeing happening now. Especially regarding the prophecy. Read it again. And when the world shall begin to vanish away, shall be finished, then will I shew these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Let's go to 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's happened. The storehouses are being found empty, man. Whether it can be manufactured, designed, purposely, natural, whatever case might be, you're seeing the storehouses becoming empty, man. Which causes ultimately famines, and deeper than that, lead to cannibalism. Those things happen in the ancient times. Cannibalism, when there was a lack of real scarcity of food and different things, people did some crazy things. That's cannibalism. Second to go with 2nd Ezra 15 and I believe 15 and 58. They did those things in ancient times. The scripture talks about nothing new under the sun. So 360-degree circle, man. They said fashion never runs out of style, man. It just goes back again, comes back again. So in this case, man, things that were done of the past regarding certain matters in the ancient times is going to manifest again, but it's going to increase and accelerate and exacerbate on a level that never seen, man. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So that's what's happening. Scarcely, the supplies, the victuals, they're becoming empty, man. Let's go to the next one, 6:23. And the trumpet shall give a sound. When every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. So that trumpet, that sound, that dreadful sound, people are going to be afraid, man. That trumpet's that warning, man. 24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, man. So friends, they're gonna fight one another like enemies, man, because of the things that's going to be going on, the state of condition, and the things that's going to be going on. It's not always going to look like this. A false pre-optic form of peace, man. There's going to come a time where things are going to be pretty much shut and halt, man. Pretty much that liberty is going to be, that liberty and grace period of doing certain things is going to stop, man. It's going to be like that water faucet, man. Eventually that water is going to stop flowing, man. Let's read it again, 6:24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. For many great misery shall be done in the latter times, because they walk greatly in pride. 2 Ezra 8:50. So the earth is going to stand in fear of the things that's going to come on upon the earth, because the Lord is beginning to visit the earth which he has made. The calamities, these different types of plagues, these pestilence, these forms of judgment, man. So the earth will stand in fear, man. Read it again. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. That's the physical waters. And the waters and the physical waters of the society is going to eventually, it's going to start running too, man. The functionalities, man. And it's precursively, little by little, incrementally, is beginning to do that, man. Spirit of mirth, the things that society used to do more on a higher level, you know, that's beginning to stop, man. You know, go to Ecclesiastes 12:3-4, man. The workers cease when they look out a window. Is darkened because they see no future, they see no hope. The doors are closed, man. So that's part of that. That's that spirit of mirth that used to be, man. Let's go to because the intensification of relating to war, Russia and Ukraine potentially, the escalations, the intensifications relating to the tensions. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16:33. So if you're talking about war, the virgin shall mourn and having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn having no husbands. That goes to not having no spouses, man. A lot of them are going to go to war, man. World War III. That's going to happen. That's scripture. Revelations 9:12, Revelations 11:14, man, for example, which I will get, Lord willing. And also the state and condition how society is going to be happening. So a lot of women are not going to have spouses. A lot of husbands are not going to have, spouses, man. So women are not going to have their husbands, and men are not going to have their wives, man. The virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers, man. That goes to the state and condition of society, man. What's the things that's going to be going on? The fear that's going to come on upon the earth, man. The inhabitants of the earth, Okomeni. (16 and 34). In the war shall the bridegroom be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So that's the example: perish of famine, perish of war. So that lets you know they're gonna perish both genders from war, man. Because you have men and women that are in the military, man, and they're gonna be sent over to different parts of the world, and some things are gonna happen to them, man, on both sides, man. So they're gonna not have their spouses. That's a reality, man. That's scripture. I'll go to 16:35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. That's the prophets, man. Hear these things, understand these things, and know that these things are going to come to pass, man. Let's go to Revelations 9 and 12. one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. One woe is past, World War One, because it's past, and the two is going to follow right after that, which is number 2 and number 3. The second woe is past, which is number 2. That's past. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly, and that's what's to come, man. That's what's to come, man. And you seeing relating to Russia and Ukraine, that's the beginning steps, man. You collaborate that with relating to Joel 3, Ezekiel 38, Magog, which are Magog, Ezekiel 38, Magog and Gog, which are Russia, and the allies that are banned with Russia or connected with Russia or united with Russia, band together with them, all those nations, man. In Joel 3, prepare ye Gentiles, prepare ye mighty men for the war, man. So that's where you, and that's in the land of Yahweh Shaphat, which is on the valley of decision, man. For he has judged, and he's going to judge in that valley of decision, relating to those nations, those mighty men that are gathering for war against Yahweh Bashim Mashah. Also Revelations 12 talking about the angels fighting against the dragon, which is the red dragon, the one who took peace from the earth, which relates to Revelation 6 and 4. And his angels, the angels of the dragon, are the military, man. The planes, the F-35s, all different types of aircraft, man. So these things will come to pass, man. The food rationing, the famines, the potential of war, all these things are part of prophecy, man. This was something short. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. This is Brother Zayah, which means wolf. So these things are in the Bible, man. These are the bitter of the truth relating to in the scriptures, man. It's things that the Christian churches are not going to tell you, which they should be telling you, but they're not, because that's another lesson itself. Because for certain matters they won't. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That being said, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Shalom. I hope it helps. Shalom.